This is also a very good question, because everybody tells you that you should read NCERT from 6 to 10 standard, 6 to 12 standard. But how do you really do this? You must have heard the topper saying this, you must have heard in the newspaper, you must have heard in the magazines, blogs, wherever you say, read NCERT from 6 to 10 standard or 12 standard. But how do you really do it efficiently? There are two ways. One, when you have time, and the second is when you don't have time. And you must be really understanding this fact that in your school, you took 6 years from 6 to 12 standard to complete your schooling. To read 6 years of books in 1-2 months is not easy. You have to spend time. So, point number one, when you have time, that means if you're a college student, you're studying in your first year of college, you have 3 to 4 years to complete your college, then you can start reading 6 to 12 standard is a good idea, or 10 standard. And always, it is not 6 to 12 standard for all subjects, you know that. For history, geography, and even economy, you don't start it from the 6th standard. For history, geography, yes, 6 to 12 standard makes sense, but environment is something that you have to study only up to 10 standard and only few select topics of 11th and 12th. So basically that differs. When you have time in college, you can start reading all this. From 6 to 12, it makes sense. But what if you don't have time, you have only 1 year to prepare for this, and how do you study the 6th standard or 12th standard all at once? And the best way is to do the filtering technique. I'll tell you what this NCERT filtering technique is all about. One, it is very simple. Basically what you have to do is take 11th standard or 12th standard book as a standard book or a standard reference. Say, let's take an example of geography. Take the 11th standard book or 12th standard. Say, imagine that you are taking the book called Indian Geography. Take that as the main book. You're going to read that and keep that book with you, and then go to 6th standard. All you have to do is read the index of the book and take the chapter and write down the subheads, preferably in a computer. That is really good. So 6th standard, take the complete index, move on, chapter 1, chapter 2, what are the different subheads that you have to write? Against chapter 1, write the subheads. Do it for 7th standard geography. Do it for 8th standard, 9th standard, 10th standard. So whatever the books, subjects that you have, you do this. And then take the main reference book called Indian Geography, 11th or 12th standard, and then take that book. The first chapter obviously will be Earth, the interior of the Earth. So this is that you have to study. You study the interior of the Earth chapter, and then you get some knowledge. And in your computer or in your index list, make a small search. Search it, Earth interior. This is an example. Say you might get this in, say, 6th standard, 4th chapter, 7th, no, 8th standard, 3rd chapter. Okay, 9th standard, no, 10th standard, 5th chapter. So that means in your search, something related to Earth and interior is found in 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th or 10th. This is just an example. If you study all those areas, learn about Earth and interior, and read the 11th standard or 10th standard book, 12th standard book, the Earth and interior 360 degree is covered. That is the advantage. So this is what is called filtering technique. That means then you take Indian climate, read the main book, 11th standard, 12th standard, read the main book, and then do the filtering process, Indian climate. You might get this 6th standard, 4th chapter, example. 7th standard, no, 8th standard, yes, 9th standard, no, 10th standard, yes. So 6, 8, 10, 3 books you study the Earth and the Indian climate, add it with the Indian climate of 11th and 12th standard book. That means the whole Indian climate area from 6th to 12th standard NCERT is complete. This is called as the filtering technique. All the aspirants, please trust me, this will create a lot of wonders. You will complete all the areas and have complete knowledge on all the subjects. So if you find it difficult to read the NCERT, follow this filtering technique.